Ken Gordon, spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living, coming to you with our month of December Sunday themes. And this day, December 22nd, we're celebrating Christmas, which is the Christian holiday that we celebrate like so many other traditions throughout the world at this time of year. And this one is brought to us by Reverend Liz Chrysostomo, who is from Beaumont, California. This is a time when we celebrate not the exception of who Jesus was, but the example that Jesus left for each and every one of us. That is the New Thought way of looking at it. And we enter into this holiday recognizing and knowing that the narrative of Jesus' birth is really a metaphor that represents to each and every one of us the long history that we have of the awakening within our own selves. It's really worthwhile to look up the metaphorical meaning for the story of Christmas and realize that it is really the story of the transcendence and the awakening of humanity itself. Not unlike what happened to the Buddhists, not unlike what occurs during the Solstice month, not unlike what happens during Hanukkah, and next week, not unlike what we're going to learn from Kwanzaa. You know, this is time of year is a time when each and every one of us can feel that indwelling spirit within ourselves. And it's a hard time for some people, but it's a great time for others. And that awakening of that birth and that light within ourselves is really a story that has gone throughout the ages and throughout the years and will continue on after this particular point. Science of Mind teaches us to think of Jesus as being different from other men, is to understand that his mission and purpose in life, he was the way shower and provided his way to be a correct one. His method was direct, dynamic, and powerful, yet extremely easy and simple to comprehend. He believed in God, in himself as power and reality, and believing the God within, he was compelled to believe in himself. The Science of Mind text tells us that we do believe that in the unique personage of Jesus the Christ, there was a more fully orbed than anyone whom we have on record. We believe that in the person of Jesus, more of God was manifest. Science of Mind text on page 359 also says, but we must understand the Christ is not a person, but a state of being. It's impossible for Jesus not to have become the Christ as the human gave way to the divine and as humanity gave way to God, as the flesh gave way to spirit. At this time of the year, we're celebrating the greatest event of history, the birth of Jesus, whose destiny it was to proclaim the good news that the kingdom of God is at hand and that he demonstrated this. So the birth of Jesus is symbolic to the birth of the God-man in the human soul, the incarnation of the living spirit in you and in me. He says Jesus was the embodiment of the divine love, that Christ consciousness, and he showed the way and the truth and the life and revealed that the heart of the eternal is most beautifully kind. So this time of year when we celebrate that kindness, when we reevaluate perhaps what our judgments were over the year, and really awaken to a realization and an understanding that the Prince of Peace might very well have had it right. That the reality of life is that it is the giving into it that is so important, and the awakening to the gift within each and every one of us, which is infinite and unlimited. So here's what I hope for you and know for you. And that is that your Christmas gift this year is an awakening to your own higher power and your own goodness, and most importantly, an awareness of the gift that you give to life by your mere existence. Know you're loved, know you're honored. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you.